The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Oh boy, 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 oh boy. We're so excited right now, everybody. Welcome to episode 131 of Rare Form Radio. Today is special. Today is so goddamn special. And I'll tell you why. It's football playoffs. And that's it. That's the only reason why we're excited today. But for real, we have a very exciting guest today. Do you like how I'm building this up? Don't say anything. This is a woman, I think, and I've known her for a little while now. It's very weird how we met. She's an actress. She's a singer. She's a bouncer at Hollywood nightclubs. She's a cage fighter. She is, she's so many things. Please welcome our guest, Miss Anna Camp.
Hello guys. Very, very, very happy to finally be here. I'm so excited.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yes, we have for a very long time. And I've heard your podcast before, and you guys are very funny together. So I was very happy.
Who's funnier between the two of us?
I'm not going to say until the end because I don't want anybody to treat me weird while we're here.
Okay. We can compete.
You guys are both funny. You're both funny.
Thank you.
Very funny.
You and I met. When did you walk into my friend Michael's life?
I walked into your friend Michael Johnson's life, I think about 3 months or even maybe 2 months before the world shut down.
That's right.
For the coronavirus, the pandemic. I'm sure that everybody has heard of it. Yeah, and so we had 3 dates, actually. We had 3 dates, and then the world completely shut down, and it could have gone really, really bad. Yeah. Or it could have gone really, really good, which it did. So fast forward almost 2 years later, we're still going strong, and it's great.
That makes me so happy. As you know, because you are with him, he is one of the best human beings that has ever walked on this planet. Mm-hmm. And in my phone, under your contact,
I'm scared.
It says Anna Camp. Underneath it says, "Don't fuck this up." Do you remember?
Yes.
The first time we met, I told you, this is a good dude. Don't fuck this up. Mm-hmm. And I reminded you of it for months, I think.
You still kind of do remind me of that, which I enjoy immensely because
at any moment you could fuck this up.
I see that on my Instagram. I will post a lovely, sweet, loving photo of the two of us. And all these comments will be like, adorable couple goals. We love this. And then all of a sudden I'll see, don't fuck this up.
That's right, everybody.
And I know it's you.
I'm a constant reminder. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to let you fuck it up because I don't want him to be hurt, and I actually really enjoy you, and I like having you in my life.
Thank you. I enjoy being in your life, and I'm very excited to get to know you more.
Yeah.
Today, I feel like we're going to get to know each other even more, which is very exciting.
We're at a fork in the road here.
Yeah.
We're either it's going to go good from here on out or really bad from here on out.
Yeah, and with my track record, it's going to go really fucking great.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Fantastic.
But you know what? Don't fuck this up.
I won't. You know what's weird? You say that. I'm actually nervous.
Really?
I'm a little nervous.
Oh.
I've been doing podcasts and radio since 2009. Mm-hmm. So a long time. Mm-hmm. But almost everyone I've spoken to has been a musician or a comedian. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've ever interviewed or spoken to a successful actor before.
Oh.
So it's a different thing for me.
Ooh la la.
And I've wanted to. And you've also been in things that I like.
Oh.
And you've been in stuff that I don't like.
Great.
So we're gonna cover all of that stuff.
Let's talk about all of the shit things that I've ever been in, because that'll be great.
Well, the thing you're known for most is not something that I liked. I mean, the Pitch Perfect, it was was massive.
It was
massive.
Very massive.
But it wasn't for me. Do you know what I mean?
It was massively horrible.
No, to me. Only no.
I'm not offended.
I watched the first one. I saw the first one, mm-hmm. and I get why it's so huge and why it's so great because it's done incredibly well. Mm-hmm. I just don't like music.
But
which is weird.
You play music.
I know.
You're you work with and play with incredible bands. But maybe
that's why. That's why I don't like it.
Are you tapped out on the whole music of it all?
Yeah, I've talked about it for years, but after a year or two of touring ruined my love of music.
Damn.
So seeing like all the mystery was gone, all the danger and all like the, the first time I met Marilyn Manson's parents, I was like, oh, this is all bullshit.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, it's all
What were
fake.
they like?
Like weird, but normal.
Oh.
Like you just don't think of someone like him having parents. Like he should have been spawned in some gothy lab somewhere.
Right. Well, I wonder how you're going to feel about like talking to an actor after that, because a lot of people
Probably
sort
bummed.
of put,
We shouldn't have done this.
We should never, I can go home right now.
Let's wrap it up.
Right now. This has been really fun.
I think
I'm
we did
really
good.
happy to meet both of you guys.
We covered a lot of ground.
So anyway.
It's like when I've waited on famous people. There's some that I can't watch their stuff now.
Let's talk about the ones that you don't like.
Yeah.
Because she might know them.
Yeah, and I'll talk some shit too.
Oh, will you?
Maybe.
Heidi, your least favorite. You didn't like Ed Norton?
Ed Norton? Oh, he's so talented. Damn it. That makes me very sad.
He was so rude to me.
Was
to
he?
the servers. This was years ago, though.
Lean
So
in
I
here.
was...
God fucking damn it, Heidi.
I'm so nervous because I have to do this stuff, and I'm nervous that...
We got it. Everybody
mad.
should just drop no one should be nervous right now. We're just in a room, a red room.
I'm not nervous. Are you nervous? I'm not nervous.
I'm not nervous.
I'm fine.
about this stuff because I have to... Anyhow, I don't want to...
Talking to the fucking microphone.
So, because I have to go like this then. Hello.
Okay, so Heidi
bite.
hates Ed Norton his entire
Oh man.
No, I
entire
love
work.
him. He's so great. I mean, the Fight Club.
Yes.
and he's
Primal
Birdman.
Fear? Primal Fear.
I love
Primal Fear.
Birdman
Oh, Birdman
too.
was
Like he
so
was
great.
incredible. That's one of my favorite movies.
Michael Keaton's the best.
Michael Keaton. Oh, you met him?
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's good to know.
So my uncle-in-law is an actor. So I met a lot of
Heidi's name drop. She isn't afraid to drop those names. Kinda lame.
Okay, Heidi does this thing, and we have
It
a
was
recurring thing.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Heidi knows a lot of famous people, and she likes people to know about it.
Oh, I like that.
And now she can add you can add her to the list
I'm
now.
not that famous.
Anna Camp and I are like besties, right?
Yeah, we just matched pitch. It wasn't
Yes.
recording at the time, but you were
That
telling
was
us
weird.
about all your bats, all your baseball bats.
Hold on. You guys asked. It wasn't like you came in. I'm like,
No,
let me tell you about
don't
those things
lie.
that I have.
Dan, don't lie. You were like, look at my bats. These are my bats. And I came
Ladies,
in.
attention. Let me show you what I'm into. No.
So expensive.
No, you didn't do that. You didn't do that at all. But we did. We were like, what?
Yeah.
At the same time, and it was beautiful.
Wow.
You have good tone. You have really good
Thank you.
tone.
I'm
She
You're-
sings. She was in a band.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
You have really good tone. I could tell.
She go ahead.
Pitch Perfect, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be honest, I never saw the other.
I never saw the second one.
Yeah, I never. But
You're in it?
so-
Yeah.
Do you not like to watch stuff that you're in?
No.
Okay.
I'm very selective about what I actually end up seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, most actors don't. Right? They don't like to.
It depends. I mean, I know a couple of actors. I was with some actors who would just like sit and watch themselves and laugh like hysterically at their own performances, and it made me want to die.
Oh my God.
Die.
Who are those people? Who is it?
One of my second ex-husband.
Okay. You've
Yeah.
been married twice?
I
Two
have,
times.
2 times.
Oh, that's
Once,
awesome.
twice,
Wow.
3 times a lady.
When are you going to marry Michael? You should marry him
Whenever
soon.
that motherfucker asked me, because I love him so much.
You heard it, Michael.
I love him so much. Okay. Anyway, I do. But listen, I never thought I was going to get married again. Like, to be totally honest with you, after 2, I don't know how many times y'all have been married. You don't even have to tell me if you don't want to. It's fine.
Her husband died, so it's a little sensitive.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
I'm very sorry. I didn't know that.
I like making people feel bad. And
Are you joking?
No, he died. He died.
Oh,
he
I'm
died.
very sorry.
Leukemia.
I'm very sorry. Like,
You don't have to keep
recently?
saying it.
Okay. Well, it's true because I'm like,
I'm surprised you didn't do like the clapping.
Oh, I
sound,
usually,
like-
honestly, when we usually say that her husband died, we do a little.
really?
We do.
You guys are adorable.
Yeah. He can't hear it, so.
Okay. Well, maybe he can now. We don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe he can. Well, listen. After being married twice, though, I don't think that it was something on my like radar of something I really wanted to do again. But then I met Mr. Michael, and I was like, you know what? I could see myself being married again, and that would like he would be the end. The third time is the charm. That's what they say.
He's got to be the one.
I know he's definitely.
I've been married twice. I was married before my wife, but I got married as a joke. It's so stupid. I had just moved here. I moved here in '99, and I had a friend who I grew up with come out to visit in like 2000. And she was staying with us, and we were talking about how much we loved pasta. And I was like, man, we both love pasta so much. We should go to Vegas and get married. And she goes, I agree.
Oh my god.
her boyfriend was very upset when he found out that she came to LA and got married. For real, she had a boyfriend and he was pissed. Understandably, he didn't get that it was a joke. But we got married. We drove to Vegas with my friend Monty and my friend Aaron, and they were like our witnesses. And we never consummated. We didn't kiss. We were just friends.
What are you talking about?
Is this a true story?
Yeah, I never told you this.
No.
It was so bad. Like it was a joke. It was a joke that took 5 hours to get to Vegas to complete. Then we spent the night. We walked around and we're getting dinner and
you never kissed. You never had sex. Anything like that.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. I would have.
Sure.
But like
she had a boyfriend. You're
right.
such a gentleman. You
I
just
know.
marry them. You don't fuck them.
No, I would never do that. That's rude. That's rude. I would never. I would never shit on their relationship. So.
Wait, what?
It dawned on me that it was bad literally on the drive home because I called my little brother and I called my mom and told her, Mom, I got hitched. And I told her the story and she laughed. And then I told my little brother and he was like 6 years old at the time and he started crying and he gave the phone to my mom. And I'm like, what happened? What's wrong with Max? And she goes, I don't know. Let me call you back. She gets off the phone and we're in the car and it's like dark. We're driving home from Vegas. My mom calls back and she said, I talked to Max and he's sad because he thinks when people get married that you don't see your family anymore. So he thought he was never going to see you again.
No.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
So I had to call him and explain, like, buddy, like, you're my favorite person in the whole world. I would never not see you again. You're my little dude.
Oh.
And he's like, okay, well, then in that case, congratulations. it was so sweet.
It's like an 80-year-old
Can I
man.
come over? And
It was hard.
An 80-year-old man, Max.
Danny, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys.
Where are you guys going for your honeymoon there, Dad?
Are you gonna bang her or what? And it was hard to explain to him that, like, what a joke was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, it gets better.
Yeah,
it gets
I'm
better.
I'm confused, but I'm into your story. Like, I'm digging it. I just
You're not bored?
No, I'm just very
confused.
confused.
Yeah, we were too, I think.
How old were you? Can I
I was 20 and she was 20.
Okay.
And we thought it was so funny. And then, like, the responses from, like, our friends were like, why would you do that? Like,
But you actually got married.
yeah,
like
my wedding ring is in here. It's in this room somewhere.
Did you get it annulled?
So her boyfriend was pissed. She regretted it.
Yeah.
Some of our friends were like, that was just dumb to do. Her dad was upset. And so we had to get it annulled. We had to. I'm sorry. I meant my father-in-law was upset and he wanted to get it taken care of.
Yeah.
So we used his divorce lawyer. And I was living in LA and
Not
she
cheap, a
she lived
divorce
in
lawyer.
Boston.
Not cheap. Not
She
cheap.
lived in Boston. And I was so poor, I had to take a Greyhound bus from LA to Boston to get this thing annulled.
Please come
Four-
to Boston.
4.5 days.
This is
I
a
didn't,
song
I
in
didn't
the
change my
making for
clothes.
sure.
I was like, wore the same clothes for 4.5 days on
Aw.
a Greyhound bus. I got there. We had to go to court. And the way it was just explained to me is I had to be the defendant. So we had to come up with a reason why we got married and a reason why it should be annulled.
Pasta?
So
Yeah.
that wouldn't fly. The judge probably wouldn't have taken that. So I had to say to the judge, I took my friend to Vegas and I threatened to leave her in Vegas unless she married me.
Well, that's like you're gonna get in more trouble, I would assume,
thrown
right?
in
Like
jail for
kidnapping
domestic-
and like threatening and like.
I was told that's what I had to say. So I say this to the judge and there's like people in the court and the looks that people were giving me is like this abusive, like, you better fucking marry me or you're living in Vegas forever. And so I got reamed out by the judge for being like this piece of shit human.
Sure.
But that's not what happened. We just like pasta. And we had to get it annulled. It cost me a little bit of money and it eventually corroded our friendship. So it was really not worth it.
Oh wow! I was just gonna ask if you guys were still close.
We've sort of patched it up because when I got real married, I had to hit her up to get the paperwork for our fake marriage.
Oh, of course. You had to. You guys are kind of bonded and connected for the rest of your lives. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So
Yeah.
things are good now. I'm married to a real woman now. Who
I've just met her. She seemed lovely. She's
She
a
is.
Libra, which I love a Libra because
Me
I'm a
too.
Libra.
And my rising sign is a Libra, and I'm a Leo.
Yes,
with a Libra
and my
rising.
boyfriend is a Leo, and we love that.
Oh my God, I love it.
Anyways,
Why do you guys like that stuff?
I don't know. Why do you like baseball bats?
Because they're cool. And their status symbols.
Astrology is cool. I don't know. I've been
cool.
into it since I was like in middle school. It was something to sort of bond over. And I've been into like Ouija boards and like horoscopes and like the stars and all of that stuff. Like I really am into all of that stuff.
I am mesmerized by the stars. I will say that much.
And numerology is amazing as well.
What is the difference between that and stars?
They're kind of connected, but you can get your like
Why did I ask this?
numerology chart read, and it can kind of like map out, things about your life. You're looking at me like you don't believe me,
And you
but
have
No,
a
I do.
number.
I'm trying
you have
to.
a number that you go by.
yeah. Like if you add up certain numbers, they all lead to certain. I've never gotten my chart read. That's something
can
that
do
I
it
would you. I
for
would
you.
love to.
Yeah,
Isn't
do
that just called
I would
math?
absolutely love to.
Because
do
I'm
that.
a 6. So you do, it's so fun.
Okay.
Because I took a class. I took some
I'm into
classes
palm
on it.
reading. You can read your
too.
palms. I just
Do you know
got
how
the
to read
palm
palms?
reading. I'm learning, but like your life, like this
Tell me
is
something.
your lifeline. Let me see. Is that your hand that you write with the most? You're right-handed. You should show me your left because it's the one that's like least worn down. Okay.
Excuse me?
Is the or not? Wait a minute. I don't want to touch your hand anymore.
I'm very lazy. They're both pretty worn down. Pretty not worn down.
You gotta switch off every once in a while. I get it. This is the lifeline. Is this line right? It's the one that goes.
You tell me.
I think that's it, and I think that it's very strong. Like I'm not going to read your whole palm right now because that might take a minute, but that's a very like strong, like sturdy lifeline. Looks
It's
like
this
you're going to
one
have
right
a
here,
long
right?
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you're going to have a long life. Like,
How's your palm?
look at that. You can look at that. Those
Oh
are
my
some
God.
intense lines.
That's crazy.
So what does that? What does that mean
yeah.
to you? What does that like? That
There's
it's been a rough go, or
Well, no, it goes. See, something goes all the way around to the back of my hand, and sometimes people's lines like stop. I should know more before I get into this, really, before I start doing stuff, because I'm not really that positive as to what any of this means.
we should start an Anna Camp palm reading podcast.
I would
where you
actually
just
love
read
to do that.
palms.
I would love to do that. That would be very fun.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Can we talk about some of the things you've done?
Yes.
that all right?
Besides, try to read palms because that wasn't very good. Okay. Yeah.
You have you've really been involved in some pretty amazing things. You were on The Office, which is truly one of the best shows in the history of everything. Were you a fan of the show when you did it?
Yes, I was a fan of the show, and I actually just did the Office Ladies podcast about 2 days ago, and I love
that
me some Jenna
podcast.
Fisher. She's incredible and so sweet, and I like love everything that they're doing over there.
Didn't you play one of her relatives?
I played her sister.
Yeah, that's right.
I played her sister Penny, and I was a huge fan of the show. And I had auditioned over and over and over. And Allison Jones is the casting director out here, and I'd gone in and in. She kept trying, and she was like so supportive of me, which was really really nice. And then I went off to New York to go do a play at the time, and so I got called in for like probably the 6th time to be on The Office, and I was like, I'm not gonna get it again. Like I'm sure I'm not gonna get it. And I like go up to 30 Rock, right? And you're like going up to NBC,
So cool.
and it's super cool. And you go in there, and I put myself on tape, and then I got a call maybe 2 days later that I was gonna play Penny, Pam's sister, for the wedding episodes. And at that time, my character was also the character that hooks up with Dwight at the wedding.
Oh my God.
Which I was super excited about because I love Rainn Wilson. I think he's just so funny, and his comedy is just so weird and
I'm a big
dry.
Dwight guy.
Yeah,
Big Dwight guy.
I can see that. I can see that. But then they separated the characters. But then my friend Kellen got to play that role, and we became like lifelong friends because of The Office, which is really really cool. So yeah, I was a huge fan. It was like amazing sitting there like in a bridesmaid's dress, like watching Jim and Pam, who I like had fallen in
and
love with,
Pam.
and they get
Oh,
married. You
so
know, it was
cool.
incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Steve Carell is from my hometown.
Oh no way.
I remember when Steve Carell worked in the meat department of my grocery store.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He was also a mailman in the town next to me. Like I remember him slicing my turkey.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
There's hope.
And he,
Listen.
and he lives right down the street.
He
now.
does? Do you ever see him?
No, never once. Never once.
Do you want to go over there?
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Grab a camera. We're going over to Steve Carell's house. You're also in The Help, which is just like one of the
So
greatest
good.
movies of the last
Love
like
that
10,
movie.
15 years. 15. When did that come out?
That was a long time ago. A real long
Maybe
time ago.
more than 15 years
yeah.
ago.
Maybe I
around.
I don't know anymore. I don't know what year it is anymore.
figure it out.
Jesus. Yeah, I was in The Help. I got to go down to Greenwood, Mississippi, and sit there and have like Viola Davis Emma Stone. I mean, that's also when Jessica Chastain became Jessica Chastain at that moment. Sissy Spacek is there.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm just surrounded by these like incredible actors, and I have that tiny little part where I play like a racist, which is so
comes
great.
natural, which is
South Carolina, no,
Anna, just be you. And action.
It was actually really interesting though, because it was so far off, obviously, from who I am, but to sit there and be like waited on by like Viola Davis, where you're like, this is a very strange world to be navigating, and growing up in South Carolina, where my mother had like a African American like woman live in their house and cook for them and like serve them, and it was just a very
that was your life growing up.
That was my mother's life. So my mother grew up in Camden, South Carolina, which is like a very, very, very small town, and their family business was a funeral home. Like they still have like the funeral home business, but they had a live-in maid who would also cook with them named Rose, and she was incredible. And it's just such an outdated thing. So to be sitting there, it was just a really interesting experience to be part of that movie for sure.
I can't imagine. And how, like, what would your mom refer to her as? Like the
Rose. She was just Rose, and she loved them and
what was her
raised
title?
them.
Like, just like the
they never said. They never really said like this is our cook Rose or this is our housekeeper. She was all of those things, and she also helped raise them because my grandmother and my grandfather, who I never met, they were working all the time. So, and my mom was the oldest of 3 children.
That is so wild.
Yeah, pretty weird.
When The Help came out, I tweeted something that got a lot of attention.
Oh.
I said, if The Help was now, and when was that?
Look it up.
God, it was...
When did The Help come out?
2012?
2012? I feel like it was... It could have been. I don't know.
But I was like, it would be in Spanish.
2011.
Right. Agreed.
2011.
Agreed.
Because it would all like, it would just be all... Spanish.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Like,
and
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
As an actor,
time
is it fun to play something as wild as a racist, to step out of something that's totally different from you? Or is it difficult to kind of get into that? Like what's that process like for you?
I have played villains and people who are hated and women who are these sort of type A kind of bitches at times. So I find it fun to play those types of roles. I'm definitely looking to play other roles that are more similar to me, and I'm kind of like trying to steer my career away from those types of roles. But I enjoy playing the person that can be hated, and I think it takes somebody who is actually very kind and very smart to play these women well, because you want to set the stage for the story to teach people, and to teach people that that's not the correct way to act. And I think that if you can bring humor or whatever that may be to that performance, it'll stick with someone more and they'll learn from you more, I suppose. So I find it very fun to do those types of roles.
Growing up, you were saying that you liked to play the villain or the hated person. Mm-hmm. Were those the people that you liked in the films that you watched as a kid or anything? Or what makes you want to be that person?
Interesting question. I've never been asked that before.
I ask good questions.
Ever.
It's a good question to answer.
I was just thinking about like movies that I grew up that I loved. I mean, being from the South, I don't know why this popped in my head when you asked me this, but I watched Gone with the Wind with my sister over and over and over, and Scarlett O'Hara was a bitch. And she was manipulative, and she was selfish, and she was a narcissist. She was strong, all of these things. And I think that maybe I kind of like loved that, like part of like playing like a powerful woman who was like fucking guys over left and right and like being mean to women or whatever. But I was being picked. But like, cut to my real life, right? Cut to my real life. I was picked on. I had like one friend. You know, I was like the girl that was not in the popular group of people at all.
I'm sure most people would assume the opposite.
I think people would, and it's not an easy place to grow up. I mean, I had like my hair pulled out and like a girl flossed her teeth with it in front of me. I had death threats on my freaking like answering machine back in the day. Mm-hmm. I would get shit thrown at me, and I was like, what did I ever do to these people? I was always very nice and sweet, and like, I'm gonna cry right now.
You can trust us. You're with friends
thanks,
now. You're gonna be okay.
Thanks.
Wow, that's great. You ever been in a fist fight?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Sucks. Have you been in a fist fight? And if not, do you guys want to fight now? That's just the two of you?
Sure.
Foxy boxing on Rare Form Radio? You do it.
No.
When I worked in a biker bar in Wisconsin years ago,
Cool.
a guy threw a beer bottle at my head, and I had this.
I don't know why it's funny.
Terrifying,
I had
Dan.
this ring that was like, it went up, and he came over, and I grabbed his ponytail and I pulled him, and I socked him in the face. He had a little scar. It's horrible.
Wow,
Karma.
that's
I have
power.
bad
That's
karma.
strong. I like that. I like
God.
that. Tell him to
Silly.
screw off. I mean,
Can we get him on the show? I'd love to interview him about that.
where is he now? Yeah.
But I've never been in a fist fight. But I was picked on constantly. But I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. I had bright red hair.
Her story is wild.
Wow.
Picked on constantly. Had a little stutter.
Oh,
freckles. I grew up in East Texas. It was horrible.
Girls, was it girls mainly like being mean? Yeah, girls
Only
are
girls.
awful.
Girls are
Yep.
fucking evil.
Really evil.
No
really
offense to
evil.
the girls in the room, but you guys
Yeah.
There
are so
can be.
hard on each other.
Yeah, it's like a competitive thing. I don't know what it was. I also grew up with an older sister who was 7 years older than me, and we were super competitive and never got along, and like just were mean to each other, like viciously mean. And I wish that I was not as mean growing up, because now I feel like we would be closer if I didn't. If you're out there, Sudi,
Reach
I
out.
love you.
Oh, Reach out.
Talk to her?
No,
Or do
we
you
talk.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her in 10 years. Hey, no, I'm kidding. I just
weird,
texted her like earlier.
It's so different. Like with guys will get into a fist fight and then like play basketball together. Like I remember I got into a
Yeah.
fight with a dude once in high school, and he beat the shit out of me. And like 5 minutes later, literally, we were shooting hoops.
That's
so crazy.
not like girls.
It's like, hey, we're good now. It's so weird.
Can I talk about Sarah Newlin? Because this is my... Okay, so do you know Gianna Sobul?
Yes, of course.
She's one of my good... Okay.
Oh, she's lovely.
Heidi's name drop. She isn't afraid to drop those names kinda lame.
That's really funny.
Somebody made that they sent
Yeah,
it.
one of our listeners sent that in.
Bravo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
good,
I mean, it's
right?
adorable. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Cone
also,
Browers,
you're not
thank you,
really
buddy.
like you'd be like
No.
you're like just talking about people that
Oh,
you know.
no.
So
She is.
Gianna was
Yeah.
Alan Ball's assistant.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden got to be the producer and wrote a couple episodes.
Yes.
So she would bring me in the box sets of True Blood because I was such a fan. That character, Sarah Newlin, is like when Jason Stackhouse looks at you
Well, you know your shit.
and says,
Squeeze in.
what is he says, you're a kind woman under the hate and the
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember this too now.
and you're standing there because there was like this I don't know, I
Yeah.
kind of wanted you guys to be together, you know.
Yeah.
And it was when he had what's her name as the girlfriend, the other vampire,
Deborah Ann Wool,
yes.
who played
Love
what's her
her.
name? Yeah, she's great.
gorgeous
Red hair, beautiful.
Yeah, but you were so like in that show. Have you seen that?
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen True Blood?
No.
Oh my God, she's
and I know what
sexy,
happened.
You would like it.
Southern, like
think.
Christian.
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
like that's my favorite role I've ever played. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Is it
really?
Oh, it's one of my
Oh, I got little
favorites.
chills.
Because they let me kind of
love
go.
it.
They let me kind of go with whatever. And I got to be really this sort of like psychopathic, but it's all coming from this place of like good and love. And it reminds me of like people that I grew up with who did things because God told them to. And it was all about
Shit
God.
creeps me out.
And it's really, really creepy because they have an answer for everything that
Yep.
they do. And like Sarah Newlin took it so deep
my God.
and so far that like she justified having an affair, with it. She justified everything because God was telling her to do it. And there are some crazy, obviously, I mean, we've experienced it probably, recently in the world where these
bit.
people get cult like, and they get brainwashed. And that's definitely what Sarah Newlin was. And I loved playing her.
What was
super
it
fun.
called? The church, something
The
of the light.
Fellowship of the Sun.
Oh, the sun.
Yes, and I would say praise his light. Praise
my
his
God.
light all the time.
Oh my! You have no idea. It's my favorite.
She's doing it for you.
character
She's doing the line for you.
of maybe of all time.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
It's
Thanks.
real?
so
Oh my God, so I love
fantastic.
that.
Thank you.
When
so
I heard
much.
that he was friends with, I was like, Sarah Newlin. Oh my God! And the guy who plays Steve.
One of my good friends, Michael McMillan. He's
I
incredible.
saw him the other day, like on the street, and I was like, oh. Or no,
he would
maybe-
love it if you said something.
Really?
Oh, he
Okay.
would die. He would die.
Okay.
We had the best time on that show. And we would just be so weird and crazy. And then his character ended up being like gay
vampire.
And I like ended up killing him, which was like so fun.
Spoiler alert for a show that's
Sorry.
15 years old.
You
whatever
gotta
it is.
watch it. It's like the most fun.
I know why I didn't watch it. It started when I was on tour, and it's hard for me to stay on top of things when I'm on tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of went past, and everyone was already talking about it, and then I just kind of missed it. So
Yeah.
maybe I
it's
will
so
have to
good.
dig in on it.
I mean, I come in season 2, and then I close out the series with season 6 and 7.
And
Hell
this
yeah.
cute
So.
little look, I was in this cute little white dress, and she's in the basement, and she's. I mean, it's my favorite
Oh
show.
my God, I love that you love
that-
it.
She
Like,
was
Sarah
really,
Newlin
really
was-
excited that you were coming in.
Yeah, like I was like Sarah Newlin.
Yeah, I mean, and all the actors on that show were just absolutely incredible. Just the scripts, we were like, we have to do what this week? All right, let's fucking go.
So great.
Did you have like heavy prosthetics in that show?
I didn't. I was not a vampire. So I was a vampire like hater. I was
Okay.
like gonna try to. I opened a vampire concentration camp at the end of the series, and I put them all in there, and I ended up torturing them and making them like have sex with each other.
Maybe I would love this show. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
and then my favorite scene that I ever got to shoot, and we don't have to talk about it anymore, but my favorite scene that I ever got to shoot was when I killed a woman with a high heel.
Oh, that's right. Oh
I
my
bashed
God.
her head in
Yes.
over and over, and I took like 2 days to shoot that scene, and I'm like running, and I like take my high heel off, and I like do it, and the director's like harder, Anna, harder, and I'm like, ah, and he's like scream, and I have blood coming back in my eyes, and then my favorite line was when she finally like died, and she like stopped twitching. I was like, thank you, Jesus.
That's right. Oh my God.
Come on, everybody. Come on.
Thank you,
you,
Jesus.
Jesus.
So good.
So fun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to gush, but that
Oh
honestly,
no, that's so nice.
It's wow. It's my favorite.
Thanks.
I think
You're
I think
welcome.
people enjoy when people have positive reactions to their work, right? It's nice to hear people enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's nice to it's really nice to know that like what I want to do with my life and what I'm trying to do with my life is to like make somebody either laugh or go holy shit or cry or whatever, because like I don't want to be doing my passion into a void, you know
Of
what I
course.
mean? Which is sometimes I still feel like I am doing that. So whenever I hear anybody respond to it in any way, I'm like, okay, like I'm sort of still doing the right
It
thing.
worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
working.
I was
Even
shocked.
In
Go
your
ahead.
dress, I'm so sorry.
No, please. It's
Your
your show too.
outfits on the show, like your
Oh.
outfits, like that first scene. It's all coming back to
Yeah.
me. Like the scene where you have the barbecue and
My favorite.
Jason that outfit.
I'm wearing an apron that says no special rights for dead people. And I improv that whole dance thing when I like licked the beer bottle. Like nobody told me to do that. And I remember the director and everybody, like that was like my 4th episode of ever being on the show. And they offered me that part because I auditioned for Sookie. So they wanted me. They wanted me
wow.
for Sookie, and of course Anna Paquin got it, and she's incredible. But we like passed each other in the hallway, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get this. Freaking Anna Paquin's here. She's like an Oscar winner. Like, of
Damn you,
course not.
Paquin.
Damn you, Paquin.
Damn you, Sookie.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
But they brought me back the next year to play Sarah Newlin, and that was my like 4th episode or something like that. And I was just like, I'll just do whatever. And I remember the director being like, okay, like, whoa, she meant that.
Is that one of the more fun times you've had on a project?
Yes, definitely. It was just so free. It was HBO where you could do anything, and it was like prime HBO when The Sopranos were on, and
Yeah.
like it was like a really great time to be acting for that network also.
Yeah.
And it was like a great time in my life. I had just moved to LA, you know, I'd only been there for actually it brought me out to Los Angeles was that job.
wow.
I wasn't even planning on moving to California ever. And so it was just like a prime, fun, cool time to be working.
Where were you living before that?
New York.
Okay. I've heard of it. I've
yeah,
heard of it.
yeah. Well, Queens.
Okay. Do you like New York?
I do.
Okay.
I do like New York. I'm happy to not live there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was there when I was supposed to be there, meaning I was hustling. And
a prostitute?
Like I was on the streets, you know what I mean? Like
You gotta make that money.
hey, Michael knows everything. It's cool, you know what I mean? But no, for real, like whatever you do, what you gotta do. I was working
course.
at the clubs.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
I wasn't a stripper. I was an exotic dancer.
Yeah, I was
Give
a
me some
dancer.
respect. Put some respect on my name.
I was working in a place similar to Dallas BBQs, but it was topless.
Perfect.
All lies, all lies.
And look, you've come all the way here. It's been
yeah,
very, very
now I'm
nice.
sitting here in your house and we're having the best
Amazing.
time.
And we're gonna strip afterwards. It's gonna be a blast for everybody involved. The other day, I put out a Instagram story saying that you're going to be on the show, and you were nice enough to repost it, and my inbox was flooded with people that want to ask you questions.
Ooh.
And it's very clear to me that Pitch Perfect is a very important thing in a lot of people's lives.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I really couldn't believe it. So one of my questions for you was going to be, like, the majority of your fan base, does it come from that franchise or True Blood? But it's very clear to me that it's Pitch Perfect. How is your relationship with the fans of those movies?
I love them.
Yeah.
Hands down. They are the most vocal fans also. Like I'm sure that I do get recognized for Sarah Newlin, which is amazing, but those fans aren't that vocal. These girls, I mean, these movies shaped these girls' lives. I mean, it became like a huge thing, and we had no idea that it was going to be like that at all. And they just like clung to it. And then they created all of these other like backstories and fan fiction things going on.
I didn't know that was a thing.
There's major fan fiction. So I'm not really as much of a part as besides like Anna Kendrick's part who played Becca and Brittany Snow's part who played Chloe. They have developed this kind of they're in love thing. So like Becca and Chloe
in the fan
fiction. And sometimes they do like,
I'm listening.
Yeah. So they have this whole thing they call, I forget what it's called. It's like Bechloe. It's called Bechloe. I forgot about this, but it's called Bechloe. And they're these two girls and they're like madly in love with each other. And that's what the girls really want the movie to be about. And sometimes my character is actually in love with Becca, but I'm mad at they've developed this whole thing that like is not a thing, but like it's a thing now.
So if you guys are listening to this, they're watching. You're listening to it. You're aware of it.
We're very aware. It's hard not to be aware. They even made references to it in the second movie because it became such a thing that Rebel Wilson like added it into the movie, like improving. So like we're all aware, and we're just very happy that everybody followed it and loved it as much as they do.
We had we had a lot of questions about. Can I read you a couple things?
Can I ask something?
Nope. Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Wait. So how is it is it like a thing that they write about? So you read it, or is it a actual like?
Are people making short films about the fan fiction, or is it all like comic books?
Writing it?
Because people make fan films all the time.
There's drawings. There's lots of cartoons and cartoon drawings of these girls like hanging out and like kissing. And there's there's like some. I'm sure there's some like more X-rated drawing. I don't know. Like they.
I'm gonna step out for a minute.
They put our heads on people's body. Like there's a lot going on there, and I don't know how we all tapped into it, or they got whatever. I don't know.
Wow, that's crazy.
Can I ask you a perverted question?
Sure.
Have you been deep faked into porno?
I'm sure I have.
What does that mean? Deep fakes?
Deep fakes?
Do you
know what deep fakes are?
They like get people's faces. They take like actresses' faces and they like put it on people having porn's bodies, and it looks pretty real.
Not even just porn. That's just her perverted mind. But they do deep fakes for all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's what mine was.
Jesus Christ, Anna.
Sorry.
I was a deep fake for sure.
Wait, what's another?
Just kidding.
Wait, what? Tell me. Oh, damn it. What's another deep fake thing though? I didn't think that there was anything but porn.
Although like these ones are great, where people put Steve Buscemi's face on like Lady Gaga.
Oh yes.
And do full videos of like people talking. I mean, it's wild.
Thinking this. Because there was this whole movement.
Let's move on.
Wait, no. There was an entire movement, which I agree with, to make it illegal.
Yes, yeah.
Which, so like a lot of actors were standing up for themselves and saying, no, that's not me. Like, it's like should be illegal to put my face on somebody else's body, which I completely understand. Like because, it shouldn't be legal.
Listen, I've watched pornography every now and then.
No.
Yeah. I mean yeah, I watch daily, but who cares? Like, stop judging me. Let me live my life.
I wouldn't be mad if my face was put on somebody else's body, though. To be honest.
What if it was a guy's body and you had this big, awesome penis?
Sure.
But I have seen some of that deep fake stuff, and it's weirdly convincing, and it is wrong. It's messed up. Like it should be. Is there any chance of that becoming illegal to do? Do you know where that's at?
In Norway, it is.
Oh, good.
So we just move Hollywood to Norway and we're good.
Perfect.
We're good.
I don't know the status of that, but it is relatively violating. I can imagine, I mean, I've had pictures I've had stuff taken of me, like off of things that I've done and like put places, and like you take that risk when you do that. But it's definitely like a violating feeling.
Yeah.
So
I bet, and there's a lot of people out there too that I'm sure believe it's you.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Like that aren't like
because people believe everything, right?
Yeah.
Like they think that everything that they read on the internet or see on the internet is real and is true.
Us Magazine, all that crap.
Oh,
you know, Star
yeah.
Magazine.
Some people believe in astrology. I mean, people are fucking nuts when you really break it down.
We're not laughing.
Not laughing at all.
Fuck, it didn't land well.
Can I just say something really quick?
Nope.
On my phone, I have the app where you put it up into the sky and it shows you like
Sky view.
I love
constellations.
that.
Me
Yes,
too.
my boyfriend has that.
I love it.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, because my boyfriend has twin boys, and one of them
So
got
hot.
into.
Is that an app? JK.
I love you. He's 14 and he told me, he was like,
Her boyfriend, not the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so hot.
I'm a cougar.
Oh shit. I hope nobody listens to this.
Don't worry, they don't.
So he's 14 and he's like, astrology is so stupid. And my boyfriend's like, yeah. And I go, no, but it's actually based on constellations in the sky. And he was like, no, it's not. So I took that app and I showed him and I'm like, look, there's Leo, there's Pisces. And he was like, oh. So they're actual like constellations of what.
Yes, this is real. This is based in
Yes,
the things
it's
they
based on
make
the
the
stars.
shapes. There's a Libra like a
Yes.
constellation. Like it's all there.
Yes.
You just have to open your mind to it. I don't
It
know why
irritates me.
why are guys so not into it?
I don't know.
Because they're afraid.
Maybe because they're typecast. Because
I don't know. It's 'cause we're-
he's a Sag.
we're-
and like
Yeah.
Oh, for
Sag is
fuck's sake.
Sag, they're just so typical Sag, you know?
I know we're having fun,
Yeah. Okay,
but I'm
sorry.
getting angry. No, I'm not.
get
I'm not
angry.
really. I don't know why we're not into it. It just seems so like.
There's a part of your brain that just doesn't want to accept it.
What do you think it is?
There's a part of your brain that just doesn't want to accept it.
Say it again.
I don't know. Do you believe in ghosts and stuff? Supernatural stuff?
It's weird.
do you?
I have
Yes, I
had
do.
experiences in my house growing up
have
where
crazy
shit
stories.
happened in my house where like my bed was like levitating off the ground when I was a kid and slamming off the ground. But I don't believe in ghosts, so
doesn't
I
believe
don't
it.
know what it is.
What do you mean?
There's been stuff thrown across my kitchen from the top of the refrigerator across the kitchen. My sister took a shower and saw like a miniature Native American Indian in the shower with her, but I don't believe. I don't know.
believe in it.
But
I don't know.
Whoa. You've seen things fly across your room and you've had your bed move up and down. What do you think that is if it's not some sort of
Just
supernatural
like
ghost?
humidity or something.
That's some intense humidity right there.
Climate change is real. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. But I
wait.
believe in UFOs. I love alien stuff more than. I mean, dude.
Interesting. I know. I see this little alien guy hanging out on the table.
Wait, so can I say something?
Heidi, we're
I love how
her and
nice you
I,
are.
her and
You're
I are in
so
the
nice.
middle of talking about something. How
I know,
fucking
but it's
rude.
We're all
it's about
together.
this. It's
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
being skeptical. So my aunt just passed away on Wednesday, and it's
So I'm sorry.
it's too soon.
Guys,
It's so
That's
bad. It's
Wednesday.
okay. Yeah, so she was really young, and it's a long story. But so my mom is very skeptical. But when my mom and my aunt would talk, they would say, "We're gonna do like if one of us dies before the other, we're gonna come. I'll come to you and let you know I'm okay." So on Wednesday night, my mom was having like really bad anxiety, like couldn't sleep. And she had her head, and my mom and dad have been together for like 3 years. And
Oh, wow.
and she can't tell my dad this because he's skeptical as well. And he'll be like, oh, it's probably the moon on the. So she has her head, she's laying down, and she says all of a sudden she sees a bright circle on her pillow.
Wow.
And it was a circle with like an inside, she said, looks smoky. And she said all of a sudden her whole body got like just relaxed, and she said, "Thank you, Julie." And then I'm gonna cry. And then she was,
Is that your aunt's name?
Beautiful.
yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Remember, and then it gets better. The next morning, she's cleaning her house. Okay.
Yeah.
And she has this red rug in the kitchen, and she said she was in the kitchen back and forth. And all of a sudden she was thinking about my aunt. She started to cry, and she was like, oh my God, like, you know, like this is so crazy. It just doesn't seem real. It feels like somebody got up to go get butter in the other room and they never came back. Like, where the fuck are you? Like when my husband died, I was like, where are you?
Right.
So she said on the floor, this is Wisconsin, so there's no windows open, nothing, was a white feather.
See.
Oh, I have chills out my back.
Yeah.
A white feather.
Yeah.
And she said she had to look at it, and she was like, and I had told her years ago, I was like, when you see a feather in front of you, that's a loved one like coming to you to say hi. And she was like, oh, okay, honey.
God damn it, I believe.
Yeah. And it was a fucking feather. And she
That's
picked
true.
it up and she put it in this little box, and she was like, oh my God. And she's cried. But she said she felt better. Like
Yeah.
she felt like, thank you.
Comforted.
And every time, so now these two things have happened. Now my sister's house, same day, they were at the table, and my niece who's 9 was saying, so, you know, I bought Aunt Julie this present for Christmas. She would have loved it. Like now what happens? It's like my sister was like, oh my God. And she's 9, and she goes, but where did she go? And my sister said, Julie is all around us now. She's a spirit. And as soon as she said that, the lights in the kitchen went out. Oh, I have chills.
Whoa.
They went out, and my brother-in-law was like, what the heck? And my brother-in-law's on a show called Skinwalker Ranch. So he believes in like spirits.
Heidi Snake.
Stop.
But he's a firm believer,
Sure,
and he's
sure.
seen stuff. And
Yeah.
so he went downstairs, and the breaker was fine. And as he walked upstairs, they came back on again. Anyhow,
I
that's
believe
my,
in it. I believe in it wholeheartedly.
Yep.
I think those are beautiful things that happen, and they're called like God winks. You know, some people call them
Yes.
that, but they're these little signs that happen, and like it's happened to me, and it's just I think it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
comforting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyhow, sorry.
I want to
Sorry.
believe in all
No,
that
God,
stuff.
no, I love it.
I want to believe in that stuff more than I really do. I want to believe in heaven and God and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I just don't know that I do.
That's okay. That's okay. You maybe never will believe. You maybe you will. Maybe you're in process, but it's okay to not.
I'm open to it. I just like
Yeah.
I had trouble. I went to Sunday school when I was a young man, and I always found it to be like just silly and weird. I wish I believed because it seems so comforting, but the classic argument of I don't believe in God because of if there was a God, the horrible things that happen in the world wouldn't happen. Like kids wouldn't be molested, and like people wouldn't be murdered. There wouldn't be war. If God could just snap his fingers and have that pain not happen.
Can he though? Is he that kind of God? That's the question. Is like
He's
what
called
kind
the
of God?
all-powerful. We're all made in his eye or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I never got confirmed, so I don't know. I cut all my confirmation classes. I don't know if I necessarily believe in God. I believe in something bigger than this
same.
place on earth because of little like things that happen
too.
like that and things that have happened to me and just in art and in music. I mean, there's just something so much bigger going on internally and emotionally and in our brains. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know what you're saying about like having so much horror happen
Yeah.
to people in the world. Like, how could that be? How can it exist at the same time? And I'm not equipped to like fully discuss that, but I mean, I think that people, you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a balance of things,
And there's
to
also
exist.
beautiful things that happen every day. Like something that makes me cry every time I see it is when they put a goddamn hearing aid on a toddler for the first time and they hear for the first time. I just
beautiful.
weep and weep and weep. And that is like a true miracle to me.
It is. It's incredible. There's so much beauty in the world.
Praise
there really
Jesus.
is. In the
Praise
midst of all of this
Jesus.
chaos and shit that's going on. But to be
Yeah.
able to find stuff like that, I don't know. You guys?
Yeah.
I love you guys.
I love you too, man. I want to read some listener questions to you.
Okay.
We'll get past the Pitch Perfect and that stuff. And I want to talk to you about my favorite film that you've done, which is called Here Awhile, which I stumbled upon, which is something that is very, very, very important to me. I assume it's important to you, but we'll get into that in a moment. But first, some ridiculous Pitch Perfect
Oh, boy.
questions.
Bring it.
So I'm going to read some, but you don't have to answer because they're just so like base.
Cool.
Okay. Do you still talk to the Pitch Perfect cast? Which project was was the most fun to work on?
I do still talk to them and the first one.
The first one was the best of the.
Definitely.
Okay.
No egos.
Oh, was there a big jump from film
There's
to
a
film?
bit of a jump.
Okay, and who's the worst of them?
I couldn't say.
Will you tell us off
I can't
after
say.
the show? You tell us.
Off mic.
You've told me some cool stuff off the air.
Yeah, yeah.
You
My
were-
favorite is when you like puked out, like you like sang.
Thank you. That was fun. That was really fun. I got to puke all over the audience.
How do you do that?
Cool.
Yeah, they put a fire hose like attached to the side of my mouth and under my chin with the like strength of like a fire hose of like rice, tomato soup, and pineapple chunks.
No,
It's the same exact method they used in The Exorcist. The same exact thing from the 70s.
Yes, very cool.
Yep.
But they asked the audience who wants to get thrown up on, and I don't think that they knew that it was going to be like that much throw up. I thought they were like, oh, that little girl with like blonde hair. She's going to come out. She's going to like puke, and like maybe it'll get on some of us. It'll be so cute, right? So they all like raised their hands, and they didn't give them any change of clothes. They're like extras wearing their own clothes, and they were like, action! And I sprayed, and they're like, go back and forth, Anna, go back, get down, more, now stop, now more. And then I'm like down on my knees after like puking, and then I like look up, and they're like, these people want to kill me. They're dripping in vomit, and they're looking at me like, we did not know that was gonna happen. And they called cut, and I was like, sorry.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks for being here. Bye. I have to go take a shower.
I got paid for that. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
That's really good.
movie magic.
Yes.
This one came in, and I don't want to answer it because it's just like I had this person send another one because this one is so. They said, "What was it like working on Pitch Perfect?" You've probably heard it a trillion times, and I literally said, like,
What?
I'm not asking her that.
Thank you.
Come up with something a little bit more thoughtful.
Specific.
And M did, and M says, "Oh wait, where's the right one? Hold on a second."
I love that you like asked them to redo their question.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Nope.
I want you to enjoy your time here.
You're like, I'm trying to do better. You should too.
Because here's the thing. I want you to enjoy the questions.
Yeah.
And I do want them to be able to ask you something because they don't always get the opportunity.
Yeah.
But we got to find a middle ground of like, I will ask your question, but be interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
that's
just
fair.
they probably have more to ask. You know what I mean? So it's good. You like refined their question,
Is
and
that
it's
cool?
going to help them the next time they ask a question to somebody else, you know?
Like when you ask a question, try not to ask one that you are sure. If it's the first thing that comes to mind, don't ask that. Because you've answered it.
Wait on it a little bit. And
Yeah. And think of the fifth question.
Sure.
So then they said, was there a cast member you felt closer with than others? Who and why?
Yeah. So on the first film, and I think for all of them,
Thank you, M. Yeah.
Brittany Snow and I became very close friends. So because we were obviously supposed to be best friends in the movie, and I remember like we got there and she was like, do you want to go have like a girl date? And I was like, yeah, I want to go have a girl date. So we were shooting in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we went out to dinner with each other, and there was just something that I just really liked her. I really liked who she was, and I felt like we were both kind of similar in a lot of ways, and our acting styles were similar, and we would both like beat ourselves up like after scenes, and we'd be like, I should have been better, and I'm like, no, you were great, you know what I mean? Like we were each other's biggest cheerleader.
And accountability buddies. It's beautiful. Yeah.
What sign is she?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think she's a Pisces or Aries.
Oh,
one of them. I'm not sure, but Pisces or Aries. I'm not sure. Okay.
I've met her a couple times. She's very, very nice.
lovely.
Where's she from?
I do understand. Like,
Florida.
Physically?
No, but wasn't she on a show, like a teen show or
American
something?
Dreams.
Oh, that's
she was
what it
on
was.
American Dreams, which was like a 1960s period show, and I watched that show, and I was like a huge fan of hers.
I am so excited for her new movie.
Yes,
X.
her new movie X looks incredible.
Oh my fucking God.
It's this new horror, like
Ty West? Is that who did it?
Ty West porn horror movie, I want to say, kind of like sort of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's exactly what it feels like.
But like kind of like super hot, like kind of thing. It looks, and Mia Goth is in it, who's really great. And
I'm very critical of horror and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but it looks
fun,
unbelievable. And I cannot wait.
Wild ride.
Please tell her I'm excited.
I will definitely tell her that. Yes,
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
With the recent launches of new series episodes of hit shows and movies like Dexter and The Matrix, which past movie and or series would you like to see with a new episode to further explore and reveal what happened to the character you played? That's from Marco. Thank you, Marco.
Oh, Marco. Okay, very cool. Well, bringing it back around, I would like to go back to True Blood. Because as far as I know, Sarah Newlin is still tied up in that basement.
Yep.
And she is still the cure, which you don't really know what this means, but she's the cure for the vampire sickness. And she's just like, vampires are lining up and they're just sucking her blood. So there was talk of possibly a spinoff a long time ago where I don't know what they were done. Alex Skarsgård, who's in it, who plays one of the vampires, Eric, that he was going to have his whole thing. But yeah, I want to see what's happening there, because I think that world was like very huge and wild and crazy, and the possibilities are limitless. And I didn't die, so I'm still alive.
I should talk to Gianna.
Gianna, let's talk to Gianna.
Yeah.
Let's get
HBO,
Gianna on
if you're
that.
listening, come on.
Come on, what happened to Sarah Newlin?
And vampires are still cool.
My boyfriend was in the Alan Ball show, the Here and Now, but the only one.
That makes me laugh every time now, though.
Me too.
But the
She
only
hates
Alan
it.
Ball show that like was canceled. He was like, God damn it.
Oh man, yeah. So bring back True Blood.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hashtag,
All right,
hashtag where's Sarah Newlin?
Where is Newlin now?
Or here's another one for you.
Where's Newlin?
Why aren't you working? Goddamn son of a bitch. Oh God, hold on a second.
We'll edit this part out.
No, we're gonna leave it.
We'll leave it and
We're gonna let people sit in the
I want
discomfort.
to hear about Vodka Cran.
Oh yes, my rap alter ego.
Talk about it while I find this question.
Oh, the James
God.
Corden clip?
You saw it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Come on.
Oh my Lord. And I was kind of like in a weird little mood when I was like, I came into that episode having a great mood and like ready to rock and roll. But Corden and what's that guy?
Gad?
Josh Gad.
Josh Gad.
This like really set me off in a bad way, and I'm gonna go off for a minute. Nice.
Please.
Breathe. We all need air.
I'm just so excited to have you here.
Okay, great. No, I don't want you to like lose your breath over
Take
anything.
my breath away. Boom, bum, 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 bum.
You keep going.
You guys talk. I'll just sing behind you.
Well, anyway, no, listen to this. They asked me, I just almost bit your mic. They asked me if I knew Josh Gad, like before, because they're like, you're going to be on Corden with Josh Gad. And I was like, you know what? I actually met Josh a long time ago at my own birthday party. He showed up to bar, whatever, at Alcove in Los Feliz or whatever. And we sat next to each other and we shared freaking chicken wings, okay? And he wasn't even invited, but he was there.
Chicken wings.
He was there, but we sat next to each other. It was my birthday party.
I feel like I know where this story is going. I'm really pissed off
I'm
right
really
now.
pissed off. So, like, I'm not an idiot. I did not make that up. And he said he was a fan of mine and from True Blood or something like that. And so, whatever. Years go by. They go, do you know him? And I told him that story. I get onto the show and I hear, Josh said he's never met you. Josh said he's never met you. And I'm like, what? And then we go out there and that's Corden and his bit is to try to go over and be like, make fun of me the whole time for pretending to know Josh Gad. So the entire time I'm sitting in the middle of them and they're making me feel like complete shit during a live taping of the show.
Josh Gad, you motherfucker.
When I am not a fucking idiot. I literally sat next to
Sorry.
I'm sorry, but that's like a trigger from when you were younger and being picked on.
a little bit. So I was really pissed off and I was sitting there in the middle of these two guys and I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'll tell you guys off mic. Yeah. But I was going to say something that I'm really glad I didn't because my publicist said, oh, Anna, I'm really glad you didn't say that on air. But I was about to. But then I got to get up and I was like, oh, I'm just going to blow you guys both away by doing my rap. And I did. And then bye.
Hell yeah.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
Eat shit, Josh Gad.
Now that I know that story, I love that you blew them away. I mean, you have to see her rap. It was insane.
You should see the beginning now part of that interview because I'm like, what the is going on?
I'll watch the whole thing.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
Mean guying me or whatever you call that, broing out, whatever.
Ew, I don't like that at all.
Not cool, man.
I've had beefs on the show before, but I'm gonna start a new one with this little prick Josh Gad.
Have you been on Corden since?
No, I haven't. I mean, I haven't been promoting. Hi, I'm promoting COVID. I'm here
it's good to be here, James.
It's good to be here. You know, there's a pandemic going on. I'm here promoting this mask. I don't know.
Enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to show support for Rareform, there are a couple of ways. Become a patron at patreon.com/rareformradio. Make a one-time donation or choose from a few subscription levels paid monthly for extra benefits. Those extra benefits include bonus episodes not available to the public, exclusive live streams, more interactions with the gang, along with other special perks that will change over time. Choose your level of donation and know that your contributions go to keeping the show running and growing, paying crews behind the scenes, and just supporting independent artists. That's patreon.com/rareformradio. You can also get Rareform merch by going to rareformradio.threadless.com. T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all kinds of silly shit. We're constantly adding new things and limited time only goodies. That's rareformradio.threadless.com. You can also help build the show by subscribing, leaving a review, and most importantly, leaving us a rating on iTunes and Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Lastly, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram by searching @Rareform Radio. Thanks for supporting independent entertainment.
By the way, your dress shirt is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're wearing a shirt that has dresses on it, and she called it her dress shirt, and it's just so genius.
I didn't get it.
I'm wearing my dress shirt today
It's
for
so
you
good.
guys,
That's
for both of you guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me do this audio question real quick.
Okay.
Here we go.
I feel like we're like
Hi.
really good friends, and I'm really mad right now.
We should hang out more. I'll
Yes,
come to your
please.
place
Please.
for sure. I was like, and I like
She has a sex
Corden.
swing.
I love sex swings.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well,
I
we'll get you
didn't
one.
know what. Have you ever heard of a cuckold before?
I know what a cuckold is, yes.
do?
A
I
man
never-
that's been cheated on by his wife, right?
But in front of him, he's forced to watch it.
Oh, I didn't know it was
know
that.
what that was.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Disgusting.
That's really awful.
But
But
like-
who would let that happen? A cuckold would.
Yeah, because they're pussies and they have no choice in the matter.
Fucking cuckold,
That's the whole thing.
man.
God damn, Josh Gad is a cuckold,
goddamn
and everyone knows
You
it.
goddamn pussy fucking cuckold. You deserve it, bitch.
Ah,
Just water. I'm
so
drinking
good.
also. Fascinating what tequila would even do to me.
good.
Praise the slut.
All right, here's a question for you.
Hi, how are you? I'm from Spain, and
Let me go ahead and pause this real quick. I'm curious what just
wanted to
happened there.
ask-
No chance. No
I
chance.
just didn't know you were going to play it. I thought you were going
I
to
said
ask
audio
it.
question.
Oh, I thought
You're
you were
taking my
just gonna
surprise.
say it. I'm
I
sorry.
thought you were laughing at the accent,
No,
which is
God,
brutal.
no.
I'm kidding.
I
I'm
love
kidding.
España.
España. All right, let's check back in with who's this guy here? This is Pitch Perfect 4 movie. Sent this in.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so you probably know where it's going. Here we go.
hi, how are you? I'm from Spain, and I wanted to ask Anna Camp if she's willing to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Pitch Perfect. And well, let's make a fourth one because we all want Auri back. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey, that's so sweet,
so
though.
good.
Thank
What
you,
a great
whoever you
question.
are. It is good.
Thanks for wanting Aubrey back. That's very nice. I don't think that we're going to make one. I'm not sure. I do know that they're making... It's okay. Listen. I am desperately trying to get out of Pitch Perfect. I mean, to be honest, it's been a bit of an obstacle these days.
Yeah.
But listen, if there was a fourth movie and they wanted us all back, I'm sure we would all do it. And I know the script would be incredible. They are making a spin-off TV show
Oh, they
for
are?
Peacock, but not starring any of the Bellas. Only Adam Devine, who I love, as Bumper.
Oh,
so
he's
it's
pretty
his
awesome.
spin-off. Yeah, he's great.
Do you feel like the story has kind of run its course and like it's a completed thought?
I do. I mean, I think the only way it would actually make sense is if like we did something like the Brady Bunch did when we're all like old and gray and we have like some sort of strange movie where we're like, hello, hey, let's sing together in the retirement home. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Weirdly, not a bad idea.
I would say like, what are we like? Like, are we married now? Do we have kids? Like, are we like whatever? What are we doing when we're like in our late 60s, 70s? Like that would be cool.
Another thing you did, and then I want to talk about this Here Awhile movie. You were on Creepshow, they brought Shudder. Shudder is a streaming app for horror fans, and they brought back Creepshow as a television show. And you were on the holiday special this last year,
Yes.
and it was one of the weirdest episodes of television I've ever seen, and it was great.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, because it was so fucking wild, literally wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
You turned into a cheetah. A cheetah.
I was a were
this
cheetah.
picture.
Yes, I was a were cheetah. And it was hours and hours of makeup, and they like cast my face and gave me fangs. And Greg Nicotero, who does
That's
The
what I
Walking
wanna talk to you
Dead,
about.
and he does Creepshow, and he is a genius. Like he's an incredible, like he's a wonderful director. I mean, the special effects he works on. I mean, it's pretty amazing stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, very,
That is
very wild.
So cool.
So-
look at your hair.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's incredible.
I had the best time doing it. So it was a support group for where people. So this guy comes in played by Adam Pally, who I love. He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. I couldn't keep a straight face around this guy. He's just the fucking best. He plays the guy that's turning into a werewolf, but he doesn't know how to like deal with it. He doesn't know what's happening. And we're like down
It's
underneath.
like puberty, but for like werewolves.
Yeah, for werewolves. So we're down in this like church basement or whatever. There's like a Jesus Christ like statue there. You just spilled it
all over myself. I'm so excited about Creepshow. I can't even take it.
Ice baby everywhere.
It's like pouring out.
I'm soaked.
Oh my
tried to
Lord.
look the other
Anyway, Adam Pally is so funny. And so we're all down there and like we get attacked. So we're all having the support group. There's a guy that turns into a turtle. There's a guy that turns into a possum or some shit. And then I turn into a cheetah. And so we're all down there and like we get attacked by these Santa Clauses. Of
course.
Millions of Santa Clauses come in.
We've seen this story a million times. I mean, it's just like, how many times can we keep doing the same thing over and over again?
But it's exactly, my God, the damn Santas and the were cheetahs.
Watch this.
So I get like a gun and like we're like blowing Santa Claus's heads off and like all this stuff, and I'm like biting into the Santa Claus's neck and like doing this whole thing, and
it looked really fun.
It was the most fun. I had the best time shooting it, and it got shut down actually the first time for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me like a whole year to get back on set, and they're like, "Will you come back?" And I was like, "The reason why I wanted to do this because like you guys offered me a part where I get to turn into a werecheetah and like kill Santas."
Multiple Santas.
Multiple Santas.
I remember Michael, your boyfriend, told me, he goes, "Oh, Anna's on her way to," where'd you film that? Was
Atlanta.
it Atlanta?
Yeah.
He's off to Atlanta to film the show called Creepshow. I'm like, what? I watched the first season of it when they brought it back, and I loved it. And I was so excited for you to do it and to see it, and it did not disappoint.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thank you.
If you guys don't have Shudder, go to Shudder.com and sign up and watch Creepshow and support horror. That's what we do over here.
Yeah, support horror. I love horror.
Are you a horror fan?
I'm not like a diehard horror fan, but I'm into it. I have to say, I'm more into it than Michael is. We watched.
Well, he's a weak kind of like
I didn't
scary
know how
little
scared
pussy boy.
he was. We went up to this cabin for Halloween this past year, and we watched the Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson.
Oh hell yeah, The Conjuring.
The Conjuring for the first time, and it was.
Did you watch the first movie?
The first one. We watched the first.
That's one
Conjuring.
of the scariest movies I've ever seen.
Terrifying.
Yes.
So I'm like watching it, and like we're out in the middle of nowhere, and like the lights are all off, and I look over, and whenever it starts to get scary, my dear sweet boyfriend was sitting right here. Whenever it starts to get scary,
he's like, "Hold me!"
No, he goes like this quietly, like I'm watching it, and he's like this. And he's just turning all the way around, so like you can't see his face.
I gotta delete his contact. I can't have a guy that in my phone.
It was the cutest thing I've ever seen
so
in my
like
life.
This, it was like
it's like a quiet, like I'm not in the room anymore, you guys. Like it was just so funny.
Do you guys remember the movie Cabin Fever?
Yes.
Yeah, I never saw it.
With the
Eli Roth.
Liza Dushku was in that?
She might have been.
Where they had like the rash?
Yes,
right?
yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds right. That sounds right.
So on the DVD copy, you can watch the movie in a thing called Chick Vision. Ooh. And whenever a scary part of the movie comes up, you see hands go up in front of the camera, so you're looking through like slatted fingers. It was very clever.
Oh, that's cute. Chick Vision. I like that. I'm an audible person, so like visual things don't scare me as much. It's like the sounds and like.
My God, Roses!
Oh my God!
Do you have any extra underwear? Because I just shot myself.
That worked so well.
I almost peed my pants.
I came in my pants. That was so good.
I really did shit myself a little bit.
He scared me earlier. I was in my car and the window was up and he tapped on it. And I
don't touch me.
I'm so sorry.
Scary. Don't touch me.
Oh my God, it's a mess over
I'm
here.
so proud of myself.
That was awful.
But he scared me, and my phone went flying across my car.
I'm glad I didn't eat that much because I would have vomited all over you, and it would not have been.
And we
like,
would have felt like
perfect
we would have
fake.
felt like the fan base that you
it would have been
on.
like breakfast burrito from earlier. Oh my God,
so
that was
sorry.
really. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
That was really good. That was really good. Oh my God, I felt
Honestly,
that in my
Okay, so
body.
let's recenter. Let's reset. So noises tend to scare you a little bit sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I like quiet, calm vibes,
She's a Libra.
man. I'm Libra, like a chill, like a balance.
Yeah. She likes
anyway,
candles.
I set that up and you took that home. You
Thank
knocked
you.
it out of the park.
Thank
Yeah.
was
So
really
what the
good.
fuck was I saying?
We're talking about you're watching The Conjuring and
Yeah.
how visuals don't scare you, but
Yes,
auditory.
things too. I'm going to keep my eye on you.
I promise I'm done.
Okay, I don't believe you, but thank you for saying that. Yeah, so it's just the sounds. Like, so if a loud like boom happens, or like a weird creepy music note, or something like that, or like when they have that room tone that gets like
sure.
whatever, I get like my heart starts to race and I start to get panicky, but I can't take my eyes away. That's the thing. I have to keep looking. So anyway, that's
And
where I'm at.
you're doing another horror film coming out.
I am. I'm doing this amazing horror movie. I'm very excited. It's called From Black. And I get to dye my hair very, very dark. And it's about, have you guys seen The Outsider by chance on HBO with Jason
Yes.
Bateman?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in the middle of watching that right now because the director of this new movie recommended it to me. And I'm playing a
As
woman.
far as like a tone?
As far as a tone and just sort of like what it looks like and the pace of it and the creepiness. And it's also about children missing. So my child
shit.
goes missing.
What episode are you on?
We're on
The
episode
Outsider.
like 5. We just finished 5.
Not to name draw, but my friend Yule is in it.
Do
And he plays the
Which
he plays
one?
one of the detectives, like the dark hair.
Dark-haired detective.
Yes.
Yes, he's very good, and he's done a
Yes.
lot of stuff on HBO and
Yes.
stuff. And he was also in the Natasha Lyonne
Yes.
show. He's great.
I love
Russian
that
doll?
show.
Russian doll.
So
Yeah,
fucking
so
good.
Oh my God, I
good.
love that.
I watched that whole season twice because I like
Me
was so in
too.
love with it that I was like, I need more.
Are they
Where
gonna
did it
follow
go?
up? What the
I
hell?
fucking come on, Russian doll. Let's go.
I don't think they're doing it.
No,
It's perfect.
So they filmed the second season. They're just like, I don't know what the wait is.
Come on, I loved
The
it.
Fuck
music,
Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Fuck Russian Doll not season 2 not being out.
But The Outsider is one of my.
It's great.
Oh my God, I would get like chills like watching
Really
it.
good, really
So
good.
We're not here to
Sorry.
promote The Outsider.
But this movie,
But it's the same director, right? Or-
No.
It was
He just wants to show
his
like a tone, like
his
a
like comp for
Got
it.
it.
But I
Okay,
play
sorry.
a woman who's like an ex-addict whose child goes missing, and I'm shooting it in Mississippi. And I go through all of this stuff to try to get him back. So it's basically how far would a woman go to get her missing child back, and it's really cool because you don't know if she's like in this sort of like haze of addiction or if she's just going through so much grief. And then there's some like exorcism involved, and it's like it's very dark and very scary. And there's also a really wonderful sister relationship. My sister plays the detective. And so like, because we can't find my child, it's also a failure for my sister, who's this like, I'm like, she's a shit detective and all this stuff. So it's sort of this family drama mixed with this really spooky, dark story about grief.
From Black.
From Black.
I'm looking forward to that very
I'm
much.
headed to Mississippi in a couple weeks.
Oh, I'm so
good luck.
excited.
Thanks. Thank
Can't
you
wait to
so
see
much.
it.
Thank you.
Is there any like kind of film or genre that you haven't been in yet that you'd like to tackle? Is there anything that you anything that you're looking to do?
Sure. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I keep like auditioning for like incredible TV series that I really, really, really want. And I'm desperate to do something different on television and go back to kind of the like True Blood days. And like I was on Mad Men for a couple episodes, whatever.
Come on.
But I kind of like took a turn where I was doing like something like Perfect Harmony, this TV show that did not get picked up with Bradley Whitford, who's like an incredible actor. But it was just didn't quite work, and not a lot of people saw it, which is fine. But I kind of want to like go another route and be taken more seriously again as an actress, because I think that I've kind of I don't know what's going on. So I've been doing a string of indies that I think are incredibly important, and then I'm growing from, and characters like I haven't done before, which is really cool. I don't know if people are going to see these indies, but I know as an artist, as an actor, I'm growing from these jobs. So hopefully it'll lead to like something. But I'm looking for like a TV kind of home, right? We're a home base.
Terry.
I would love to be. I mean, that's
one of my
another one of my favorite
favorite
shows. I
shows. Yeah, me
pitched a
too.
TV show that was very similar to Barry, and IFC bought it in the room, and then they stopped doing scripted content. So we're kind of
what a drag.
such a drag. Anyway, it was really fun. I played a girl that killed people, and also she was like an aerobics instructor. So
Oh
anyway.
my God.
Pretty
One
good.
day, somebody
I'm
will
into
say
it.
it one day.
All right, so you were in this film called Here Awhile, and basically, you want to explain it, or should I explain how I remember it?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay, sure. Yes, it was called Here Awhile, and it is about a woman named Anna who gets diagnosed with terminal cancer, and she gets diagnosed with colon cancer. And it's like there's no chance of getting better. She's, taking chemo. She's gone the routes of trying to get better, and it's terminal, so she's not going to. And so she's decided to utilize the Death with Dignity Act, and she moves to Oregon to be with her brother in order to have her brother around her and sort of this chosen family to help her die on her own terms. So meaning with dignity.
Yep.
And her brother is not so much on board in the beginning of the film. And throughout the film, you get to see her journey into convincing him to accept that. And it's a really beautiful movie about how hard it is and what a hard decision that is to make. And I'm just a huge proponent of the Death with Dignity Act because I think it should be legal everywhere, and it's still not yet.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane that people are trying to control what you do with your body when your body is betraying you. And it's something that I get very, very, very passionate about. And so, yeah, that's basically what the movie is.
Did you, was this something that was on your mind before you took the film, or did you learn a bunch about Death with Dignity by doing the film?
I knew it existed. Mm-hmm. That's basically it. Mm-hmm. So I read the script, and I think I read it in 45 minutes or something because it was just so beautiful that I couldn't put it down. And I learned so much about it. I didn't know that it wasn't legal everywhere. I didn't know that it was first legalized in Oregon. Mm-hmm. And then I watched this amazing documentary called How to Die in Oregon.
Goosebumps.
Yes, goosebumps. I just got it too. And Cody is the woman who was in that movie. And I watched that movie, I think, 4 times. And I just was so moved by her and by everybody. But she also had colon cancer in the documentary, and her family was there. And I just was so incredibly frustrated and moved at the same time by this, and I hope more people can see it. So thank you for letting me talk about it on your podcast.
No, I mean,
I tear up every time I think about it because I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's our show.
Having a husband who died, I'm not gonna cry.
Well, you are, but it's okay.
It's okay to cry though.
People are allowed. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, go on.
It's good to.
Chime in whenever you want.
So I'm just saying, I wish that would have been around because I know that he wouldn't have wanted to end the way he did. Right. He wanted to die with dignity instead of he was in a coma for a week. And he just was I actually had to bring in a photo of him and put it up.
Yeah.
So the nurses would know what he looked like.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
it's
I'm so sorry.
It's an insane thing that in this country that we're not allowed to choose the way that we go out. And this the argument of, my body, my choice, which I'm all on board.
Yeah.
Why does that seem to apply when we're in pain, or some people are just not meant to be here? They don't know. There are people that have not had a good day their entire life.
Right.
And you should be able to, decide that you don't want to be here, whether you're ill or not.
It's not
I think, in a way.
It's not like you're this healthy specimen that's walking around. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna die.
But,
but you're
even if
dealing
you are,
with things
the
either
thing is,
mentally or
there's always going to be people who take their own lives. That's the thing. You can't control it. That's always going to happen. Yep. Just like abortions. If you make abortion legal, there will be abortions. People find a way to get it done no matter what.
Exactly.
All we're trying to do is help that be dignified and controlled. Yep. That's all we're doing, and giving people the option. Mm-hmm. I would never tell anybody how to live their own life. Why would anybody want to tell me that? And this is a fucking tale as old as time here. Yep. But it's just there's no part in my brain or my heart or any part of me that thinks that that's okay. Yeah, to control that. How is that even imaginable?
Yep. And it's selfish for the other people to say that because they're not in that
I want you to suffer.
Right.
Why?
I think it must. I think the whole frowning upon assisted suicide or death with dignity, however you want to put it, it has to come from religious beliefs. I assume that's the big thing fighting it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But just the lack of compassion of people that don't understand it. I don't get it. Why do we have to let people get to the point where they're in pain and they're wasting away and not recognizable?
Yeah, that's the thing that really
if you know you're terminal, like you should, things start to go south. You start feeling like shit. It's okay to check out.
It's
Why you can still
okay.
communicate with people that you love and
Yeah. Why do you want to force my to not be able to go to the bathroom properly? Like, why would you want that to happen to a
get to the
person?
point where
Like, I
you're-
don't understand the human condition. It's like people don't give a shit about other human beings anymore. I feel like it's like you walk past people on the street who are like suffering, and there's just no compassion anymore.
If my mom or dad gets ill, I don't want them to be living in humiliation every day where they're in diapers or machines keeping you alive. I sent you a link to the suicide pod.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
it? No.
Look at this thing. It's a suicide pod that someone
It's
made
cool.
in Switzerland. And it's a death with dignity pod, basically. And you can 3D print it. You make your own.
Isn't that cool?
And what it does is like you can take it out to this beautiful field, onto a beach. You can bring it into
my
your living
God.
room. You can go where your family is. You can go on a picnic or whatever you want to do. And it slowly lowers the oxygen from your blood. So within...
I'd have a panic attack though.
No, but you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Take a Xanax or two before.
You wouldn't because like when your oxygen leaves, you just pass out.
Yeah,
You
it's
fall
like
asleep
drowning or
quickly.
whatever, you're-
And there's a panic button inside, so you can decide to stop it if you want.
Oh wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's just giving yourself some sort of power when you don't have any left. I
Right.
mean, it's just the littlest amount of power. I mean, how fucking terrifying is it? Like when I had no idea what this means, but when I was in the movie and acting the scene where I like take the medication, like when you are staring death in the face and it's by your own choice, it's just like the scariest and the most powerful thing at once.
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't you want to at least give the person the option? And like the doctor says in the movie, it's like you don't even have to take the medication. Like people fill the prescriptions, but sometimes they don't take them.
Right.
But just having that option of having it in your house when things get really, really horrible and you see no way out, it'll help. It'll might even help you. I don't know. But the
It's
option
wild.
should be there.
But like I was reading this article about the pod and the way it works, and it's supposed to be relatively peaceful and goes quick, and then it linked to all the states in the country where I didn't know it was so legal in so many states. I thought it was only Oregon because it was Oregon for a long time.
It was just Oregon for a really long time. Yeah.
But Washington, California,
I was
there's a
gonna
bunch
say-
of
it's
Montana,
legal here,
Montana.
California,
Yep.
yeah, New Jersey randomly, but not like New York
Wow.
City, yeah.
New York is a weird one that it wouldn't be.
Isn't that weird? When I saw New
Interesting.
Jersey, I was like, why isn't it New York one? But
You're talking. I was weeping during your death scene in that film.
my God,
I mean,
I'm gonna
spoiler
watch
alert,
it.
I mean, whatever. But
I'm
it's
gonna
like
watch it.
it's a heavy movie, regardless whether you know the end or not. But
Where can I watch it? Like Prime?
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime,
Okay, Prime.
Amazon Prime, Here
Okay.
a while, yeah.
highly recommend it. It's a very important message, and the performance is beautiful. Everyone in the film, the neighbor.
Joe Latrulio, man, he's
I love that
incredible.
actor.
He's so good.
He was so sweet in that
And
movie.
he was so terrified to play a man who has like Asperger's and agoraphobia. And he was like, what am I doing? Like, what are we doing? And I was like, Joe, I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something really special together. And like, I got you, man, in every scene. And he had my back. And the director, Tim True, was just incredible. And he's never, I think that's his only feature, his first feature that he
Cool
made.
name.
Oh, he killed
He's
it.
incredible, and he was just so kind and sweet and wonderful. And we got to like FaceTime and Zoom with the doctor who actually held Cody's hand throughout
Oh
her
my
journey.
God.
And I asked her so many questions. Oh my God. And there's a scene where I'm in the office, the doctor's office, and I'm asking for the medicine. It's right towards the end of the film. And we're shooting in Portland. And like where Cody was, and I'm like back up again. There's like a giant window behind me, and this kind of goes back to like a God wink. And I'm shooting my coverage, and we do like a take, and then I do one more take, and she asked me, "Do you really want to do this?" And I say, "I do, yes." And the room got very cold, and the air got very still. And I like finish the scene, and I look up, and I see the camera up, and they're crying. And I see the boom operator, and she's like weeping. And that take specifically, I felt Cody in the room with me saying, wait for it though, saying thank you. And I say, oh my God, what happened, guys? And they go, Anna, you don't even know this. But in that take, this entire flock of birds flew behind your head and took off while you were like saying like thank you to the nurse. And I was like, I felt Cody in the room with me, and she was freaking there. She was freaking there.
I love you guys so
and
much.
And I didn't even see it, but everybody else did, and I just felt like lifted in some really beautiful way, and I knew that I made it felt cold. But like
moment.
Beautiful.
Wow.
It was probably, that's why that movie is the thing that I'm the most proud of that I've ever.
I know. I really understand why.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful film. I was very, very moved by it.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm proud of you for being a part of it.
Thanks.
Have you participated in any kind of death with dignity stuff since the film? Are you an activist for it, or is there like what's your involvement now with it?
Yeah, I did like sort of a talk back with a company called Compassion and Choices, and it's a place where you can go online and get a lot of information regarding where it's legal, how it actually works. It's a support group for people, family members, and people who are terminally ill, and what they can do, and how to find the Death with Dignity Act. So I've been working with them, but Compassion and Choices, it's a wonderful place to go if you need any information or help with it.
I'm proud of you for being a part of it.
Thanks.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, check out the film. It's pretty.
I'm gonna
wonderful.
my eyes will be like swollen.
She's gonna cry opening Amazon Prime.
My dad couldn't even watch it. My dad said he couldn't finish
Jesus
it.
Christ.
He said, I don't want to watch it, Anna. I think you're amazing. But he was like, I don't want to see my daughter die.
And
And
by
I
the
get
way,
it.
she mentioned it, but her name is Anna in the film, so like it really felt like I was watching you go through it.
Yeah. It was weird having that, like, it was called Anna. The movie was actually called Anna, and then they changed it. But also I got to design like my tattoos in the movie. So my character wears these tattoos. And so I designed a hummingbird for Anna to wear. And they basically represent these like magical beings that come into your life and then they leave very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so I designed this little hummingbird, and I loved wearing it in the movie so often that I actually got it, and it's for real right there.
I love it. Oh yeah, it came from the film.
Love it.
Yeah, so I have my little hummingbird, and she's flying with me, so I'm never really alone, and it's really cool. So
my friend's grandmother, Dre's grandma, just passed. Like, it's been almost a year now, and we were in her kitchen, and her windows were open, and she always called me the happy widow in Spanish.
Oh,
very sweet.
that's very sweet.
So I was like, the happy
Sounds like the name
widow.
of a movie.
It does, the happy widow.
I'm like, I don't know if I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
So I said it out loud, and I told my friend Dre, I was like, Dre, I wonder where Anna is. And I asked her, I'm like, how do you say the happy widow? And she said it, and all of a sudden a hummingbird came up to the window.
What is going on in here?
Didn't go in the kitchen, but just like stood like just, and we were like, and our we couldn't breathe. It was cold all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Our like the hair on the back of our neck, and we were like, thank you, Anna. And then it went away.
It happens. It very much happens. I believe in it. I believe in it.
I'm becoming a believer.
Yeah.
Wait, can I tell you one more story?
I'm here.
Sorry.
I love stories.
So after my
Thank God, we have a lot of them.
I love them.
after my husband died, I had moved in with a friend of mine in Westwood, and in the very front door there, I got home from work, and there was a dove, like a white dove, and it wouldn't leave. So we got it water, and my roommate was like, I wonder if the dove is like, it's hurt because it won't fly. So we're like, oh, okay. The next day it was still there. Did not leave at all. And then the third day it was still there. We're like, what? I think we should call like the Humane
like
Society.
something's wrong.
So, and then we looked
Death
it
with
up.
dignity for birds.
Yeah.
And then we looked
For
it up
everyone.
then we looked it up online, and it said like, if you see a dove after a loved one passes, it's their spirit saying, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, carry on and everything. So I walked outside, and thank God she was there with me to witness this. But I go, Pete, I love you. Thank you for saying like bye. It flew away after I said that.
I was like, you're still so needy.
The fuck away, and we were like, whoa.
It did. Yeah, definitely. My that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's really, really beautiful. My dog died recently. My dog of 12 years, my Rocky boy. I got a little R there for him. But he passed away, then the picture of
Remember the picture of the other dog looking at the.
Yes. So Mira, but yes, the crane. So we live in Palm Springs, and when Rocky died, I was a mess. She was my best friend forever. I love that dog. Aww. The next morning, there was Mira, our little puppy, was barking at the front gate of our house. I'm like, what the hell is she barking at? Like at the front door. I opened the door and there was a white crane standing in the middle of the sidewalk at the front door. And I was like, oh my God, it's Rocky. It's fucking Rocky, man. God. And then I was like, hi. And he was just standing there. And then he walked all the way down to our driveway and stood at the other door, trying to get into the other door. Oh, and I was like, what? Why is there a white crane in fucking Palm Springs?
That's weird as fuck.
Super weird. So, and then it like flew away. And then we would go out for a walk maybe at the end of the week. And I like went out to where I always go out, standing by the trash cans again. And I was like, what is this crane?
It's by your house?
Just by our house. Wait for it. We like, Michael and I were like, oh my God. And we like videoed it. And then we like went for a walk and we took Mira and we walked all the way around the block and we like stopped and she had to go to the bathroom. The crane was at the other house. No. All the way around the block. It had flown and gone right where we were. It was like on a walk with us. We get back to our house.
Oh my God.
Back to our house.
I can't take this.
The crane is standing in our driveway.
Oh my God.
At the end of the walk.
What's going on here?
It was on a walk with us.
Are you haunted by a crane?
No,
That's very sweet.
Spirit.
It was Rocky's spirit saying that he was okay. I think I'd never seen a crane like that in the neighborhood, and then I like looked it up, and it was like a birds. Birds represent like people or things that have passed on, and it's saying like hello and I'm okay. But the weird thing was I at first wasn't comforted by it because he had just passed away, and it felt like he wanted to come into the house.
That was my next question. Was to know like was it comforting for you guys?
At first it wasn't, because I felt like he wanted to come with us and he couldn't. And I felt like he wanted to get in the house and he couldn't. And so I felt like this sort of frustration and wariness from the bird. And I felt like something scared. And I'm just going to like transition really quickly into another little dream I had at the time.
Please.
This is pretty wild. So I had a dream like literally 2 days after he passed away, like after the crane stuff had happened, where I was walking by a window and I saw Rocky in a girl's arms, but he was old spirit Rocky in a young puppy body. And I saw him look at me through the window and he kind of asked me if it was okay for him to be happy there.
Oh my God.
Wait for it.
Okay, waiting.
And I gave him permission to be happy. A few weeks later, my friend is over at my house and we have this puppy. And she goes, Anna, I got to ask you a question. Is Mira pregnant? And I said, wait, what? And I turned her on her back and I was like, puppies were moving in her body. And I was like, oh my God, Mira's pregnant. So we take her to the vet. We get her looked at and they're like, you've got 5 to 6 puppies coming in 5 to 7 days. We don't know. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, Rocky was fixed, so it wasn't his or whatever. But we like literally cut to the next day. Her water breaks on my boyfriend's head. And so it wasn't 5 to 7 days. She was sleeping on a pillow over his head. So it wasn't 5 to 7 days. It was 1 day. So we delivered 5 healthy puppies. But get
you should have seen
they
these
were
puppies.
So fucking cute.
Are those the ones you showed
Yes.
me? Yes.
Okay.
Nothing makes me drive to the desert for no reason. I drove down a few days later just to see the
puppy.
puppies.
They were like this tiny.
One for sure. No.
But there were 5 puppies were born, but only one was a boy. And he was the only brown one. And then I remembered my dream. that girl had blonde hair in my dream and I never saw her face. But I think Rocky was asking me if he could come back to me. And then we got Hank. And then we got Hank.
Who hates me for some reason.
Dan, who hates me.
What kind of dogs are they?
Well,
the hateful ones.
No, he's shy.
Yeah.
He's shy. But he didn't like you at all when he saw you. We don't know why.
I'm just helping move furniture and this thing's
You're like
hating
the nice,
me.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a really shy dog. But we don't know who the dad is. She had a one night stand at a boarding facility out in the desert and we told them to keep an eye on her.
Oh, you told me that story.
Yeah.
Dog is a slut.
She could have 3. They could have 3 fathers because they all look so different. All the puppies look so different.
So these dogs pulled a train on her in the
Oh my God.
sorry. She may have loved it. It's empowering.
She likes to hump things still.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
She like tries to dominate us. Like we're walking around and she just will be like humping our legs.
She's
out of
small
nowhere.
or big, like
she's like
medium-sized?
Just like Michael.
Just like
Always
Michael.
humping
I'm like,
legs.
always humping my leg. I like it though. I'm into it. She's a mini Bernie Doodle. She's lightweight. She's like all fluff. But yeah, we don't know who the dad is. But I just thought it was super weird.
Story.
Super weird.
That's very sweet. I did not know that one.
Pretty wild.
That's really good.
Yeah, thanks. So, and now Hank is like the best, and he's got this very old soul quality about him. Like he's a puppy, but he'll just be like on the like lounge chair, just sort of like looking at things, like kind of looking around, like, oh, I've been here before. Like I get
his
it.
Eyes look like old, like
he's,
old soul,
yeah, and he's very chill for like a puppy. Like he's just like very likes to like look
Bullshit.
around.
He's grumpy like Clint Eastwood in El Torino or whatever the fuck. Gran Torino.
El Camino. Oh no.
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
I don't know. He's a COVID puppy, so he doesn't really see that many people, right? Like we're not that social, so maybe he didn't know how to deal with
He was like, get out of here, and then running and hiding from me.
You got to come back over and see him.
I will. I'll force myself on him and make him like me. Not sexually.
Mira
just like,
will love it. Mira
sure,
will love
sure,
it.
sure.
She loves when people force themselves.
I love that story.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Very sweet. He's a great dog. I love that dog. Anyway, God bless Rocky.
yeah. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, Rock.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Anna, I'm gonna let you go.
You are?
Yeah,
On
we've done
that
an hour and a half. We covered a
We
lot of
have?
stuff.
Oh my God.
And I
that
know
has
you
been
have to
great.
get out of here at some point too. You got stuff to do. You got
I have stuff to do.
bills to pay. And
I don't live in LA anymore, so I got to do all the things that I got to do while I'm in LA. So
I love Palm Springs.
it's very
It's one of my favorite places.
relaxing. Very
a
relaxing.
lot of old people like it.
Yeah, that's why I like
Oh.
it.
Hey,
I
hey, kid.
really had the best time though with
Did we
you
do all right?
guys. You guys
It's
did
okay.
amazing. I
Is this
really
the best interview you've ever had in
This
your
is
life?
the best interview I've ever had in my entire life, and I'm a little sad that it's over.
We can do it again.
Sorry,
Can
I
we?
cried.
Are you ever going to do other projects that we can promote ever?
I don't know. I hope so.
You might be done.
she is.
You might be done.
I have a couple movies that I'm about to start shooting, so we'll see. But if you need me to come back, I will gladly come back.
It's my pleasure.
Love talking to both of you.
I really enjoyed
I'm so
this.
happy that we're gonna be best friends.
And then we're
Oh,
gonna go
boy.
out. And
No
we're gonna,
pressure.
No, I enjoy your energy immensely.
I enjoy
I think
yours,
you're
too.
very open, like spiritually, and it's like very
I
lovely.
feel like I've known you for like I feel there's the same spiritual
Yeah,
sort of like
definitely.
Okay, fan
Something's
fiction guys,
going
get on
on.
it. Make love novels with
I
these
love
two.
it.
And
I love
I am
it.
all for Newlin. Bring her back.
Thank
Like,
you.
ser-
I appreciate that. I mean, I would love to play that character again. It was the
I'm
most fun
gonna
I've ever
talk
had.
to Gianna now because she's a great writer too. So maybe
Tell
she
Gianna
can-
I said hi, please. And thanks to all the
guys.
Pitch Perfect fans out there who asked
You
all
are
the
loved.
questions.
You
You're
are
very
loved by the cast.
Yeah.
We don't like Josh Gad. We established that.
Oh my God.
He will not be
He's
on the
gonna
show.
kill me.
I'm gonna trap him.
He did meet me though. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I would never lie about that. Why would I ever be like, oh yeah, I had like chicken wings with Josh Gad at my birthday party back when I first moved to LA. I would never just like make that up.
Maybe next time you come back, we'll bring him on, and we can get down on the bottom of this.
We could,
Unless he's a coward.
let's see.
You're a coward, Josh?
If he'll face me.
Yeah. You can follow at the real Anna Camp on Instagram.
Real.
The real Anna Camp.
I need to change that. That happened a long time ago, and now I'm embarrassed by it. Why is it the real? Like, what the hell?
Well, because there's probably a bunch of bullshit ones.
they were like Sprinkles Camp and like Anna Sprinkles Campers and all these things. So I was like, I'm the real one, you know?
We can do better.
Yeah.
We can find a better one.
Don't you think we can get a better name than the real Anna Camp?
Or I might start the realest Anna Camp on Instagram.
Oh,
I might open
great.
that and compete with you.
Now I'm glad I know who it is though now, so I can go back and we can like, I don't know what I'm saying. I thought we were done.
We're done. We're gonna wrap up. Heidi, where can people find this show? I mean, obviously they're watching it or listening, but where else can they find it?
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Rareform Radio.
Mm-hmm.
You're at Dan Cleary 79. I'm at the fake Anna Camp.
That's you. Oh my God, I knew it.
I'm at Heidi Sabrina. D Nelly Radio. And then if you go to anywhere they have podcasts, so bad. This is the worst.
She's
I'm the
gotta.
wor- I'm the worst. I need to practice.
You gotta
this
learn
in the
how
mirror.
to. You gotta learn how to do it quicker.
How long
You know
have
what?
you guys
No,
been
fuck it.
doing this together?
Anna, you read
No,
lines.
I don't want to like. She was doing great.
No, she wasn't.
No,
Just
I'm not.
like
Oh my God.
we finished 10 minutes ago. She's been doing that for 15 minutes.
Should I just say this whole thing? Should I just
Yeah.
read this?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. You can find us on Instagram.
Wait. Go.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Rareform Radio, also on iTunes. Please subscribe, rate us, and leave a review, mostly positive. We are on YouTube, and you can find us just by searching Rareform Radio.
Anna, thank you so much. This is a
Thank you.
blast. Please don't fuck it up.
I won't fuck it up. For you.
Thank you.
I won't fuck it up.
I
And
appreciate
never
it.
quit reminding me of that.
I will never. I promise. I
Yeah.
promise. And everybody, we will see you next week.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.